Hi friends, good day. Today I am taking out first ninth problem. Shiva Limited has two departments X and Y. On the following particulars, prepare departmental trading account, general P&L account for the year ending 31st March 16. Opening stock respect to departments, purchases respect to departments will go carriage inward, it will go to trading account debit side, wages will go to trading account debit side, sales also will go to debit side. Now purchase goods are transferred, you know that. Department Y to X means department Y to X means Y credit. Is this clear? Then X debit. Then department X to Y. X credit. Then Y debit. The transferor account should be credit. Here transfer account is credit. Receiver account is debit. Receiver account is debit. Who is receiver? X in this case. Here who is the receiver? Y is the receiver. Clear to you. Now this is I have written in to explain you clearly. Here you should be important point. You should pay attention. You can easily do it. Finished good transferred. Y to X. Y credit. X receiver. X debit. Like a sales to X. Department X. X credit is the receiver. Y debit. Clear? Now this is important. Department Y to X. See, I think X to Y sales. Y is returning the finish. This is important. I hope you all are following this. By department Y to X means Y credit. Y department Y to X means you have sold goods by X to Y. No, now Y is returning the goods. So who is the giver? Y is the giver. Who is the receiver? X is the receiver. That is why X account is debited, Y account is credited. Now department X to Y. Initially Y has sold goods to X. Now X is returning the goods back. So X is the giver. So X account should be created. Y is the receiver. You can see Y is the receiver. X is the. If you remember like this, it will be easy. Y is the giver. X is the giver. Giver account should be credited. Receiver X is the receiver. X account should be debited. Y is the receiver. This is for sales return. Closing stock purchased goods. Now, purchased goods have been transferred mutually at their respective departmental purchases cost. Purchased goods have been transferred mutually at their respective department purchase cost means when goods are transferred from one department to another department at cost price. No question of unrealized profit. But I got the space. Let me give you example. When goods are transferred mutually at cost price, the question of the question of unrealized profit does not arise. The question of unrealized profit does not arise. Okay, so I think this is clear now. And finished goods department market price, finished goods at departmental market price. Market price. Now here market price not given. Therefore, GP ratio X and Y needed. Therefore, GP ratio of X and Y needed. Okay. Now, market price, comma, and the 25% of the closing finished stock which each department represents finished goods received from other department. That is why written here finished goods, entire finished goods have been sold. Purchase goods have been sold. See the purchase goods which is remaining, you can see purchase goods transferred purchases. So we assume that all purchase goods transferred has been sold. The purchase goods which is remaining is the good that has been purchased, and that too even you are having goods transferred from the purchase remain unsold with the department is transferred from other department. Since it is at cost price, the question of unrealized profit does not arise. I have told you clearly. The question of unrealized profit does not arise when goods are transferred among the department mutually at cost price. So this doesn't have any significant, which is does not having any significant. Closing stock is of transferred goods or purchased goods doesn't have any significance. Therefore, does not have any significance. Therefore, purchase goods closing stock does not have any significance either. Transfer goods unsold or purchase goods unsold. I hope this is not confusing you, because I got the space I am writing here itself, so that when you refer to the problem you will be having clarity. Purchase goods closing stock does not have any significance either. Transfer goods unsold or purchase goods unsold. Clear to all of you? Now clear. Finished good 25% from other departments. So for unrealized profit of X department 96,000 is consisting of 25% of goods transferred by Y department. So for removal of unrealized profit of Y, X unsold goods 25% of 96,000 to Y percentage. Similarly for Y also, Y unsold stock, we need to find out unrealized profit of X. So Y unsold goods into 25% into X percentage of profit. That we have done already. Yes, we will work out. Only in this problem, which is important, return of finished goods is the key. So we go for the solution now. So let me start first. Let me begin first department trading account. Then for this problem, working notes I have to do only after ascertainment of gross profit ratio. Let me start with, okay, okay, we start with opening stock. Opening stock 80,000, 48,000. Purchases 3,68,000, 2,72,000. Carriage 8,000, 8,000. So carriage inwards 8,000, 8,000. Then wages 48,000, 32,000. Sales 5,60,000, 4,48,000. Purchase goods transferred, I have told you already. Y department, Y means Y is the transferor, X is the transfer. If anybody is having the doubt in the examination, you go by this. Transferor, giver. Who is the giver? Y. Y account should be credited. Who is the receiver? X. You can go by X, X account at R to Y. X account debit side, Y account credit side. In that way also you can see. Come on, tell me the entry. Y to X means who is the receiver? X account at R to Y account. X debit, Y credit. In that way also you can remember. X debit 40, Y credit. X column debit 40, Y column credit 40. X column debit 40, transfer. Normally you are writing transfer. You write here by transfer. Who is the giver? Y. Purchase goods transfer. At cost price. We have discussed already. Then department X to Y. X credit, X is the giver. Who is the receiver? Y should be debited. X should be credited. Y column debit side, X column credit side. The amount 32,000. If you want, you can write here itself. There is no confusion. Here I am explaining differently. If you are having any confusion, if you don't have any confusion, this can be written here. Just to explain you separately, I am writing it. This also can be taken to here. Then this can be taken out. Clear to all of you? For you to understand, I am writing. From purchases at cost price. This also can be written here. Then next, finished good transfer also same. Y is the giver. Y credit side, X debit side. X credit side, Y debit side. 1,40,000. Let me write first. This at cost price market value for you to understand. I'm writing in examination. Even if you write, you don't write, doesn't matter. So I've told you already here. Whose column? Credit side Y, debit side X. 1,40,000. So 1,40,000 debit side X, credit side Y. The next one. 1,60,000. Who is the giver? X credit, Y debit. 160. Y debit 160. X credit. This also can be written here. Just to explain you, I am writing here. Is some improvisation you can do while doing the solution, my dear friends. While explaining that too through online coaching, video coaching rather, I am not sure how I am able to convince you. to the extent possible. I'm giving detailed explanation, even if it's boring, I can't help. Finished good transfer at market value. Okay. Then comes after that. Now the next point is about returns. You can see returns. I told you, if anybody is having, who is the giver, Y is the giver, who is the receiver, X is the receiver. X account should be debited, Y account should be created, 40,000. X debit, Y credit. You know, returns actually, this 40,000 rupees is to be adjusted from 1,60,000. Sales minus sales returns. But you know, there's other way also. Instead of putting it in brackets, we can write on the other side. You know, sales returns can be taken to debit side instead of deducting from sales. Same concept. 2. Return off. So return off finished goods. By return off finished goods. Now I think this I'll do like this. I write both here. Instead of writing separately. Similarly, come on, department X to Y. X is the giver, no? X is credit. Y is debit, 28,000. Okay. X debit, Y credit. Tell me here. Y debit, X credit. The same thing I've explained there, you can see. Debit Y, credit X. Debit Y, credit X. Here. Debit X, credit Y. How much? 40,000. Debit X, credit Y, how much? 40,000. Get all of you. I repeat once again. Here I have written debit X, credit Y. Debit X, credit Y. If you are having confusion, you write separately. Instead of writing 2 times like previous one, I have written here. Then here, debit Y, credit X. Debit Y, credit X. Okay. So return of finished goods also completed. Then items we are having total, you can cross check. Then we can go for closing stock. Closing stock. Purchase goods 18,000, 24,000, finished good 9656. Finished goods 9656. So gross profit carried down. Now we can find out gross profit. Take the calculator and see 5,60,000 plus 32,000 plus 1,60,000 plus 28,000 plus 18,000. 8,94,000. Because GP ratio is not given, market value is nothing but percentage of profit, selling price, simple word. Selling price is nothing but cost of goods plus profit is equal to selling price. That is nothing but GP ratio. The market value is nothing but selling price. Selling price is nothing but GP ratio. Cost of goods plus profit is equal to selling price. Is called as selling ratio, sales ratio. Or sorry, gross profit ratio. Called as gross profit ratio. Clear to all of you? So 8,94,000 minus we are getting gross profit of 1,70,000. Do the calculation. See, why do I do generally cross check is because while writing any digit is omitted or something like that, just I'm cross checking. Otherwise, when you see that later on, you may be getting doubt. You are getting a gross profit of 1,68,000. Okay, my dear friend, this is gross profit carried down. Now, what I do actually, see, we can go for general P&L account also is asking that. What I can do, so first I can write department X, then here we don't have any expenses, and that too we are having stock reserve only on closing stock. There is no information that opening stock is consisting of stock transferred from other department. For this, I am going for working notes. Working notes is important. Why working notes is important? Because this formula you should remember. Gross profit ratio of department X and Y. Gross profit, I am using the term net sales into 100. So first, X net sales, if I write, then it will be easy. Sales plus transfer of finished goods, because purchase goods transfer at cost price I can ignore. Transfer of finished goods, because purchase goods is not fetching any, purchase goods transfer is not fetching any profit. Sales plus transfer of finished goods, Y minus sales returns YY. You can see what is sales made by 5,60,000. 5,60,000 finished goods transferred by Y to X 1,40,000. I'm sorry, first I'm writing X. Sorry. Sales by X is how much? 5,60,000. First, let me take one by one. Next, finished good transferred by X to Y is how much? 1,60,000. Now, return of sales goods by Y to X, 40,000. No, department Y to X is nothing but sales returns for X department. Is how much? 40,000. So 5 lakh 60 plus 1 lakh 60, 7 lakh, 5 lakh 60 plus 1 lakh 60, coming to 7 lakh 20. 7 lakh 20 minus 40. You're getting 6 lakhs 80,000. Department X net sales. Similarly, I think you can do it now. Department Y net sales. Formula same. What is the formula? Tell me. Sales plus finished good transfer to X finished goods by X. Come on, let us see sales of Y. 4,48,000 plus finished good transfer to X by Y. How much? 1 lakh 40,000 here. Y to X, 1 lakh 40,000. Minus sales set of finished goods by X, 28. Is coming to 5 lakh 60,000. Get all of you. Next. Now we can go for working notes number 2. Already written the heading, no? GP ratio. Next. Therefore, GP ratio of X is equal. Gross profit of X we have seen already. 1,70,000. We got net sales of X already. 6,80,000 into 100. It is coming to 25%. Similarly, GP ratio of Y, 1,68,000. We got it, you remember, by 5,60,000 into 100. Into 100, you are getting 30%. Now, working notes number 2. Unrealized profit of department X and Y. X is equal to 25% of x into x into GP ratio. What is unsold stock of finished goods here? 96,000. 96,000 96,000 into 25%, 24,000, because X unsold stock is consisting of 25% stock of Y, no? So therefore, unrealized profit of department Y and X means here an unsold stock of X. This is clear? On unsold stock of X. So 24,000 30%, 7,000. An unsold stock of X is nothing but unrealized profit of Y. This is useful for the last class we have done for calculation of managerial commission. Okay, so it is nothing but unrealized profit of Y. We had detailed discussion on that. I think there should not be any issue, there should not be any confusion, because Y as profit has been overstated. To reduce the Y profit on Y, I need to have unsold stock of X. Nothing but unrealized profit of Y. Similarly, on unsold stock of Y, very detailed way I'm giving. You don't know the importance of the significance. This department account unrealized profit concept is sometimes when you're listening it, when you're listening for the first time or watching the video for the first time, it looks very simple. But if you close it after 1 week or 10 days, after 15 days, or after 1 month, or before the examination, there is a doubt. That is why everything I'm trying to give you in writing, or my explanation also sometimes will be useful. One advantage you people will be having when you compare with the classroom discussion is that here recorded version. So whenever you got doubt, you can go back and you can see. Whereas in the classroom, if you don't pay attention, you'll be missing. Having plus point and minus point. Now I think it is nothing but unrealized profit of X. That is why I need percentage of profit of whom? X. That is equal to 25% of unsold stock of Y into Y into GP ratio of X. Okay, now let us see here. What is unsold stock? 56,000. 56,000 into 25%. It just coincidence. Percentage of profit is also 25% of Y. So don't confuse yourself. Percentage of profit of X is also 25%. You've done that here. X is how much? 25%. So 14,000 into is coming to 3,500. Therefore, total total unrealized profit is equal to 7,200. I think we got it now. 7,200 into 7,200 plus 3,500. You are getting 10,700. This can be taken to working notes to 10,000. Now you can find out profit carried out. This is important model, watch out. Three lakh 38,000 minus 10,700. 3,27,300. Okay. Next, we will move on to the 12th problem, small one. Just a minute. You read the problem in the meanwhile. I hope you have gone through this problem. This is a small problem but very basic level problem. I mean, this is basic level means it tests your knowledge of fundamentals. X Limited has three departments A, B, and C from the following particulars given below. Compute the value of stock on 31st December is nothing but closing stock. Departmental results. This is opening stock, purchases, actual sales, gross profit or normal selling price. During this year, certain items were sold at a discount, and these discounts were reflected in the value of sales shown above. The items sold at discount were sales at normal price 10,000, sales at actual price 7,500, 3,000, 2,400, 1,600. I think the difference is discount given 2,500, 600, 400. Now, actual selling price is nothing but after discount. Have you ever seen, have you adjusted discount to sales? I'll give a small example. Then you will understand. Cash sales 20,000, 10% cash discount. What is the entry we write? Cash account data 18,000, am I right? Plus 10% discount. To sales. Am I right? Now you tell me. He is saying that actual sales. What is actual sales? In this problem, after adjusting discount, that is 10,000 minus 2,500, 7,000, 3,000 minus 600, 2,400, 1,000 minus 400, 600. Now tell me, when you're calculating GP ratio, question is that are you going to calculate GP ratio on this is like actual sale. Actual sales means money collected. This is normal sale. Come on, I think you'll be having idea. Are you going to calculate on normal sales or actual sales? GP ratio. GP ratio is to be calculated on normal sales. So I need to actually department result. I can simply find out. How, sir? 1,72,500 plus 2,500. I'll be getting 1,75,000 as normal selling price. Normal selling price, how you'll be getting? Actual sales selling price plus discount, you'll be getting normal selling price. Actual selling price plus discount is equal to normal selling price. Clear to all of you? Now, then you'll be getting profit. The question is, you want closing stock. What if you're clever enough, what you can do without wasting of your time, directly you can go for trading account. The help of trading account, since GP ratio is given, you can find out the gross profit, you can get the closing stock. Now the question is that, sir, where this discount will go? You know that discount will be transferred to profit and loss account. I think this illustration will, I'm remaining here, I'm leaving here for you to just go through and whenever you are having the doubt. So what I do, I simply go for working out the problem now. Working notes, normal sales I want. Here discount is missing. Now, discount is equal to this problem. Clear? Now, therefore, discount given. Very clear. Normal selling price minus actual. 10,000 minus ABC, no? Not XYZ. Okay, look at the next one. 3,000 minus 2,400. 1,000 minus 600, 400. This is discount given. Okay. Now, what is it I want now? The actual problem is I want normal sales. Now, this is on certain goods they have given discount, not on all the goods. Normal sales. Sorry, actual sales. Actual sales plus discount. Here, see, part of some items he said, certain items, not all the items, certain items he is saying. Okay, 1,72,500 plus 2,500. One lakh 75,000. 1,59,400 plus 600. $74,600 into 400. Is normal sale. You also can calculate GP ratio. Twenty on selling price he has given 20%, 25%, 33, 1/3%. First GP ratio percent 20. Okay, so normal sales into GP ratio. 1,75,000 20%. 35,000. 1,60,000 into 25%. 40,000. 75,000 into 3. 25. Here to all of you, this is what your gross profit. Here to all of you. Now you can go for which account? By preparing department, I'm giving some time for you to think of it. What I have done, you can see. Okay, now we can go for departmental trading, comma P&L also. Let me write. Giving combined because is asking result. You also got discount allowed, no? So department trading and P&L account. So the advantage of preparing this account is to find out the closing stock. I think since we got gross profit, things will be very simple. To opening stock, 24,000, 36, 12,000. Then purchases 146, 124, 48. Twenty-four, 48. Okay, 146, 124, 48. Then we got the total sales. No, I've already worked out. You know that. You've done previously is total sales actually 175, 160. 75. Clear? Then since we got the already gross profit, you have done already gross profit is how much? 35, 40, 25. How you got gross profit? Working notes. Closing stock will become balancing or sales minus cost of goods. Opening stock plus purchase minus gross profit is cost of goods sold. Sales minus cost of goods sold also you'll be getting the same thing. So 24,000 plus 1,46,000 is coming to 2,05,000 minus 1,75,000. 30,000 is your close. Next 36,000 plus 1,24,000 plus 2 lakhs. We are getting a closing stock of 40,000. 2 lakhs minus 10,000. Okay, then 85,000 here total. $10,000. Now the result we need to continue. Why gross profit brought down? Because discount won't be taken to trading account. You all are aware. You have already calculated discount. What is discount here? We have done 2,500, 600, 400. To profit carried on. This is called as result. $24,600. Your result. Okay. Think the fundamental problem. So now I'm just planning to take out one more problem where X department has transferred to Y. raw materials transferred, Y department after adding his own processing transferred to Z. Now Z is the only sales department, so Z stock is getting from Y, Y is getting from X. Now Z unsold stock is consisting of Y plus X. What? So whenever you are having closing stock of Z unsold, you need to calculate unrealized profit of stock transferred from X, unrealized portion of stock transferred from Y. I think that is a bit of an interesting point. And after that we can go for markup account. So 3 problems time. In 3 problems, maybe around 2 classes, I wish to finish up this chapter. I hope you all are following. This is basically only concept of unrealized profit. Okay, clear to all of you? So with this I am concluding today's session. We'll meet in the next class. Till then, goodbye. Thank you. God bless you.